Almost 2 years ago, I released my first add-on, Beacon Plus. Beacon Plus was my first ever add-on I've ever made, and it just adds beacons. Not really interesting, but it was my first ever project. I'm still kind of proud of it since, well, it was my first ever project, but I still want to make it better. Therefore, I want to remake this entire add-on. First, let's see how this add-on even aged. So I just grabbed the diamond beacon and just see if I can even place it. Yeah, it didn't work. So I'll just show you the first model. And this is it. Yeah, it doesn't really look the best, I know. However, since this was my first ever model, aka texture, it looks okay. But I'm going to make it better. By the way, there were also a slab beacon and also a powered beacon, and I don't even know why I added them. So to even start, I had to look up model ideas for beacons, and well, I think the best model is actually the original beacon model. I mean, what did you expect? And this was my first idea. I mean, yes, the glass looks unique, but other than that, it's just a normal beacon. And I started to make the iron beacon texture first, before actually making any changes to the model itself. And after the texture was done, I started making the beacon look more like a beacon, and at the end, I actually liked the model. That was done, I also started making some small changes to the texture itself, so it looks better. And after that, I started making the code for the beacon. And this is the first result. Yes, I know, it looks epic. So after fixing that, this is the final result. And I actually like the texture, model, and everything else about it. But now we have to make it actually work like a beacon. And there we have a problem. There is actually no possible way for me to make a block that can actually detect blocks that are already in the game. I can only do that with custom blocks. But then I had an big brain idea. But for this idea, I needed an element, and I decided to look up at my periodic table, and for context, my goal is to add every single element to Minecraft, and I want to kinda help it with Beacon Plus. And I decided for bismuth. And because it's looking shiny and rainbowy, and I want it now. And so I added it. And yes, it changes its color, and yes, it's found everywhere. But now with bismuth in the game, I added the so-called iron beacon block, or the beacon block. This will pretty much power the beacon, and it can be crafted with the block of choice, ingot of choice, or element of choice, and then with bismuth in the middle. And yes, you can recraft it to get the ingots back, but you will not get the bismuth back. After that, I added some particles to the beacon and also made it so it works with 2 layers. And with the second layer, the radius increases and effects too. Then I decided to add an anti-beacon which would give bad effects instead of good effects. At first they only gave negative effects to hostile mobs, but then I changed it so it gives everyone bad effects. Also yes, I did add a golden beacon. And after reacting to some feedback very nicely, I made the particles permanent. After that I then actually made the recipes for the beacon, and then I just added all the remaining beacons, because you know that's not really interesting, and I also even added tooltips to all the beacons. And I even added a real beacon beam for all the beacons. Yeah, it worked great. After fixing it, and also thanks to this guy, all the beacons had a working beam that was, well, working. And with that we have the copper, netherite, golden, iron, quartz, and the amethyst, and also the diamonds, emerald, and lapis beacon finish. And I also made bismuth finally spawn naturally. And since the icon of the add-on wasn't the best, I actually changed it. At the end, I finished the thumbnail for the add-on. And that is about it. Yes, this add-on isn't really big, I know. But what did you expect? It's only an add-on that adds new beacons. It's not supposed to change the entire game. And besides, I only wanted to show with this of how much I actually improved over the years. This add-on was my first add-on I've ever released, and I'm still proud of it. I'm also proud of this remake, and if you want to download it, you can actually download it in the description. However, you may have to wait until it actually releases. However, I still think you like this add-on, and if you did, please like and subscribe, because this will not be my only Minecraft add-on, and if you don't want to miss anything, just subscribe and activate the bell. Anyways, I hope we see you in the next video, and bye, have a great day. Or night.